countdown, which it usually does. But what's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Video Homicide. I'm joined again by SAWBLADE666. Daniel, he's in the house. He's just put up a Kickstarter like 2 weeks ago. I think it started on the 24th of January, if I'm not mistaken.
The 27th.
Terrorat went live 27th. So Terrorat goes live on Kickstarter, and it didn't take long for it to reach its goal, right?
A week and 1 day.
A week and 1 day it reaches its goal, and it's important to say that there's still like 18 days left that you can get a part of this Kickstarter. There's tons of different levels you can apply to, or kickstart. You can get original art. Like there's that giant fucking piece that you did. I think it's the highest tier.
It went the first day.
Really?
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah, but there's still smaller pieces there. There's smaller pieces, but the big one went like within the first 2 or 3 hours. Like, yeah.
That's insane. I wondered if you like, did you kind of go MIA from the internet for a little bit, like when it first went live, like or did you were you glued to it?
No, I woke up to I'd forgotten about it, and then you guys are like, well, the Lethal's in Montreal, so they're an hour, just like you, they're an hour ahead. So I had forgotten about it, and they texted me, "Hey, the Kickstarter's live." So as I opened it, dude, it was like numbers are just fucking going up, man. But yeah,
that's awesome.
No, I didn't. I wanted to be glued to it. I wanted to see what the hell it was going to do, and it was pretty strong right out of the gate, man.
Yeah. So this is an interesting time, because like you're already in the process. I don't know how far you are along with issue 2, but like how long do you think it's going to take you to do a single issue? Are you putting a time limit or anything on yourself, or are you just kind of like going as you can?
It all depends on what happens with this one. Okay.
Right.
Now, if this one does like, let's say if this one even were to end where it's at right now, I could possibly make it work to where I could sit on my ass and just crank another issue out, which would take, if I really just, that's all I had, no other commissions, no other part-time job, no anything, I could probably crank out another issue in a little under 2 months.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Especially
and you were asking where I was at. I have both. We'll see. The next Terrorat is going to be a 2-parter, and I have both issues written and scripted, like thumbnailed out. So all I have to do is pencil them, and I'm on page 4 of the first book as far as inking. Like I'm going, I have like I'm penciling them and inking them as I go, because on the first one I penciled everything and then went back and inked it. So now I'm going to try to like just pencil and ink them as I go, but everything's laid out. Like I have all the thumbnails and everything's ready to go.
Right.
So it's going to be a 2-parter.
That's fucking insane, man. I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to, because I've seen a decent amount of, like, I've seen what you've shown like on Instagram. I've seen what like you've sent me privately and all that shit, and it's really what I expected a SAWBLADE comic would be, because like we talked about earlier, like to see like certain artists to do like a comic, like I don't know if he ever did, but the artist Derek Riggs, I think his name is, the guy that does the
Iron Maiden.
Yeah, like has he ever done a comic? Because his style like fucking like screams comic book.
I don't think so. It would look rad though, right? Yeah, I don't know. I know his career pretty good, and I've never seen anything dealing with comics. It's always been pretty much just album covers. Yeah.
Right.
I got to give you the premise for the next 2 issues of Terrorat. Like I said, it's a 2-parter. It's Terrorat versus the Flying Saucers. Inadvertently kicks off an alien invasion and then saves the Earth from one. And in both issues. So that's all I'm going to give out. And everything in between is nonstop hilarity. So
That's
yeah,
great, man. That's really
yeah,
great. Like, uh, as far as myself goes in terms of comics, I'm 9 pages away from completing Visual Voodoo, which is my solo comics anthology, 5 stories, a wraparound, totaling at 60 pages right now. But
that's
the
great,
thing is,
man.
I just created a couple of new characters, which I've shown you. No one else has seen it other than my wife and then the people in my class. So I'm gonna post those later on Instagram and on YouTube and all of these.
Awesome, man.
Uh, I may or may not include those one pagers in Visual Voodoo in the back, which would make it 64 pages. But I'm still sort of toying around with that. But I really am stoked to like be done all of the main stories and shit. Like I said, like 60, like so far, like you know, when you start getting a stack of original art that is like getting pretty thick, man, it's
Feels good, right?
it feels good, and like to read it like in the original art, you know what I mean? Like that, like it's one thing to read the mock-up because I do have a mock-up right here. This isn't the finished cover. This is just the placeholder cover, but I did a sequel to Blood Drunk, which is that the the comic that
I
really
love Blood
sort of
Drunk.
it really made me want to like do more than just Filthy Ralph. And with this one, like this is black and white, but this is like uh almost like it's inspired by that Goya painting of
That's
Saturn
sick,
eating the
man.
sun.
I kind
And
of
like
get
the
Mike Diana vibes too.
yes, dude. Yo, I fucking love that guy. But yeah, there's a western in this fucking thing. There's like a gang one. There's a couple of horror ones. There's a yokai story, which is like a Japanese ghost story.
Yeah,
And that one sort of really cemented the thing with me that I'm not going to be doing stippling anymore for like an entire background because I went through like a few fucking like like times where like my wrist was like fucked. I was like I can't do this, you know what I mean? It's just it takes it out of you. Like I'm telling you, like to do an entire background with stippling is it's unneeded. Like you could technically get like Zipatone or some bullshit like that, but you know, I
yeah.
like the look of
I tell
stippling.
myself that, but yet I keep doing it the way I
I
do.
know, but that's the thing, man. Like it feels or it looks awesome. That's the problem. If it didn't look as awesome as it does, then you wouldn't do it because like Zipatone, yeah, it looks good. It's
I love
expensive as fuck.
Zipatone too, but I've never fucked with it. Yeah,
Me
you're
neither.
right. Nowadays, it's way more expensive to fuck with. I mean, it would be cool to like use it sparingly.
Yeah.
And I plan to one day, but all this time, like I never fucked with it.
I've never even
So
seen it in
yeah,
person.
I did. Well, it's been years ago. Art stores used to carry it when I was a lot younger, but those companies, like the actual company Zipatone, stopped, and there was another one. But Deleter's still going on. You can get Deleter sheets, the company Deleter,
Yeah.
the Japanese one. But I don't know, man. When I look at like the 70s undergrounds, like Dave Sheridan, I don't know if you're familiar with him. He did
Oh
Leather
yeah.
Nun. He'll do a shit ton of it, and it's always like, oh man, it just looks so good. I don't know. Um,
I was reading a bunch of Freak Brothers strips last night because I'm a Sheldon fanatic. I sometimes I like this may be blasphemy or not, but sometimes I prefer Gilbert Sheldon over Crumb in terms of like I think the Freak Brothers stories are like because they're so dope head related. Like
Maybe that's
I
why I was just gonna say,
maybe because I'm fucking sitting there
yeah.
eating 200 milligrams of fucking edibles and then reading Freak Brothers. But that's like that's the thing, man. I love that shit and I love the way it looks and it makes me laugh and that is all that matters, man. You know what I mean? Like these fucking,
Absolutely.
you know, you could collect comics and just buy key issues and all this stuff and people get enjoyment out of that, but to me, like nothing beats like just reading a comic that makes you laugh out loud or doesn't have to make you laugh, but like a horror or a fucking like serious drama, whatever it is, man. Like, but for me personally, like I like comics that make me laugh and
Me too, man. I want humor I mean, of course, what I think is funny may not appeal to somebody else, but there's always somebody that's gonna laugh with you.
Yeah.
So, um, I'm the same way. Like, I enjoy reading a comic that has some humor in it, along
Right.
with, uh along with other things too, but dude, everything's so fucked up and serious now, I just wanna laugh, and,
Yeah.
I hope my comic does that. Either pisses somebody off or makes them laugh. Um,
And that's the thing. That's all that, and if
or
it pisses
someone
them
doesn't
off, that's
care,
almost
that's
better.
okay too, you
It's
know?
better if it pisses them off because then they'll get other people pissed off and then there'll just be nonstop talk about it. You know what I mean? And people will be
Yeah,
like, "What is this? Let's check this out." Is it, you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking
yeah.
crazy. Crazy.
Could you beat a goose in a fight? Hmm, alright.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's an interesting question.
I think all those messages that are above, I think those are
They're
like robots.
bots? Yeah,
Yeah, so
bots.
I don't even read them. And if it's like totally fucked, I just go, fuck it.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Um, but
I
no,
think
I'm
that's
just
why we relate to each other on a lot of levels, man, even though our styles are different. We come from the same type of thing,
yeah.
underground comics, and laughing and having a good time, man. That's the
That's
point.
it. That's it. And I feel like every time we talk, it always goes back to like underground comics and like they're made by people that like you can tell they wanted like to make these like they wanted to draw that. It's not like a job or thing where it's like you're gonna draw a fucking Batman. It has to look like Batman. He's got to have like this amount of space between his eyes, all this bullshit. It's like, no, draw exactly what you fucking want. And like, the most like the most enjoy like I think my favorite stuff, like when I read my own comics, I laugh because I'm like, this is fucked. Do you know what I mean?
Me too.
It's I don't think that's a bad thing because at the end of the day, we're making the comics that we never got to see. So we got to make them ourselves. You know what I
Gotta
mean? You
amuse
gotta
yourself
fucking
first, yeah. It's not about I'm the same way, I don't sit down and think about, "Oh, man, is someone gonna laugh at this? Is someone gonna think this is cool? Is someone gonna think this is exciting?" I have to do that for myself first. It's gotta get me pumped up first, and
right.
then whatever happens after that is what happens, and that's the true underground spirit. Whether it makes money or not, it's the true artistic expression. I
Yeah.
see Spain, Crumb, Dave Sheridan, Gilbert um, Hernandez, or whoever. It's an
Just
expression of
basically
what's
anyone that's like anyone connected with Zap, pretty much.
yeah, it's an expression of what's going on around you
Yeah.
and your own interpretation of it. And if you want to inject humor, great. If you don't, that's fine too. But uh, yeah, Spain, Crumb, and all the rest of those guys, and it's just pure expression. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And they're entertaining themselves first. All of them were.
That's like that's the best, man. Like that's like, like I'm sure, you know, when some of my favorite comics, like I'm sure like when Frank Miller like finished like Ronin, because I love Ronin. I'm sure like I don't know how he could not look at that and be like, fuck yes. You know what I mean? Like fuck yeah, man. Like this is even if you don't like the story, like it's a spectacle, man. It is a total spectacle. And
I've
it
never sat down and read Ronin. I know about it. I need to read it. I've never owned copies of that. But however, I was looking at my copy of Dark Knight. In fact, today before we got on here, because besides the artwork and the story being awesome, I enjoy the lettering of what's his name, John Costanza, I think. But the lettering and sound effects in that book are great.
yeah,
And but yeah, that's an interesting thought. Did Frank Miller go, fuck yeah? I'm sure he did. I'm sure,
yeah,
like, when he was done, anything that you look at that's hits you like that, I'm sure the creator felt the same way because it's the principle we go by. We have to entertain ourselves first, and then trust with the idea that or hope for others will feel the same, whether it's 4 people or 4,000. Who knows? But
Yeah.
there's bound to be a select group that gets it. You know, I think that's the best bet. That makes it the most honest thing. You know,
Fuck yeah.
I didn't follow a script. No one put a gun to my head. I wasn't wanting that paycheck when I sat down and literally put blood, sweat, and tears into my first book.
Yeah.
You know, I went through a lot to put that thing out, man. There was no money. I self financed that thing. I did it in between commissions, and it was at a hard time of my life, man. I had injured myself and was struggling with pain in my shoulder and not making money and things happening in my life that were fucked up. But I was determined to finish that book, and look what happened, man.
Yeah.
Your boys from Montreal hit me up, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it."
It's so crazy that it's like Montreal of all fucking places that these guys are from. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's like for me to get there, that's like a 9-hour drive.
you live in a big place, dude.
Yeah.
Big country.
Canada's massive, dude.
It's big.
Yeah.
I met Andy. I think I told you this last time. I'm not sure, but I met Andy 10 years ago at a convention here in Houston.
Wow.
So there was already like a seed planted there. We were admiring each other's work, but I hadn't talked to him since then because I saw Ben Mara. You know who Ben
Oh
Mara
yeah.
is?
Oh
I
yeah.
saw Ben Mara on, and we're friends. I'm friends with Ben Mara.
You see,
It
he does the strip uh what happened yesterday. It's some I forget
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
that's
I know that guy, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sick artist.
yeah. He's done all kinds of shit that's so awesome, like Blades and Lasers, and he did what's the other one? Night Business, and what's the other one? One Man Terrorist. Something I forget the acronym. But he's done a lot of stuff in comics. But anyway, I saw him on Andy's YouTube channel, and I didn't know Andy had a YouTube channel. So I knew about Lethal Comics, but I didn't know about the YouTube channel. I saw Ben on there, and that's when I reached out to Andy. I said, "Hey, I'm just saying, hey, man, I noticed Ben Mara on your channel. That's cool channel. I watched them all, and just wanted to give you props on it. And that's cool, you know, Ben." But then when I was saying that, it made sense. Oh, Ben's a cartoonist from Canada. I mean, bound to know each other. I mean, it shouldn't be surprising, but uh, he hit me up. His next question was like, "Yeah, man, what have you been up to?" "Oh, funny you ask. I'm 8 pages away from finishing my first comic book." He was like, "What? Really? Let me see it, dude." I showed him just a few pages. He was like, "Do you have a publisher?" And
Wow.
I was like, "Yeah, I have a photocopier."
Yeah, it's like, yeah, this
No,
photocopier over
he
here
goes.
beside me.
He was like, "No, no, no, no. Let me. Can I publish it?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, sure."
Fuck, that's sick, man.
That was
That is
it.
sick.
Yeah.
That's really dope. That's that's the way it goes sometimes though, man. It's just fucking fate or what is it called? Fate. You know what I mean? It fucking happens, man. It's pretty
Oh, there we
wild.
go. There we go. There. Someone called me. That's why.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
I remember that happened to me one time. I was my fucking father-in-law called me. And like the thing was I had to answer the phone. Like I had to answer the call, right? Because it was important or whatever. And I was like in the middle of fucking I think I was doing one of these. And I said to the guy, I'm like, oh fuck, it could have even been you. I don't think it was you, but
No, I don't
um
remember that.
yeah. Fucking crazy, dude. But anyways, have you read anything? I know you said you were looking through Dark Knight earlier, but have you read anything lately that's really fucking sort of inspired you or anything like that? Anything dope?
Uh, Trying to think. Nothing new. Um, Trying to think here. Kind of just been going through stuff I already have, and more for
Yeah.
visual things. I haven't read too much. Um, so it's just a lot of a lot of homework in the sense of like the typical things of looking at Bernie Wrightson and Richard Corbin for lighting,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know what I mean. I feel bad, like I haven't read too much, but I'm looking at like sound effects and lettering because I'm hand lettering everything. So when I tackle this book, I want to get better than what I did before. Lettering's the hardest part of all this for me, dude. Um,
That's the least fucking fun part of it for me.
yeah, because I go in. I know you do yours a little different. You do yours like more just raw, which is cool too. But I'm learning to use. Well, I know how to use it, but I'm using this thing, the Sames
Oh,
lettering guide,
yeah, the aims, yeah.
and I think because it's better for me because my handwriting is so fucking just god awful. Even when I have guidelines, I still struggle.
Right.
So if I were to go at it like you do, no one would be able to read it. So I have to like really struggle to just even just make it legible. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
So, but I want to do better than that on this one where, oh, this is like has kind of a style to it and it's just,
Yeah.
and experimenting with like sound effects and stuff. Um, I think another letterer I was looking at is Sam Rosen. He lettered a lot of like '60s stuff, Jack Kirby, a lot of those old Thors. He did other shit too, but his lettering is really awesome, and I like kind of redrawing sound effects too.
Mhm.
So yeah, I guess that's what I'm studying, that type of stuff. So I haven't read too much, but yeah, just going back and what I already have. Uh,
Well,
yeah.
I've sort of been doing, like, every night, like, I'll grab a book off the shelf behind me here, and I'll just kinda, like, flip through it, or I'll read a page or 2, and that's what got me into the Freak Brothers last night. Um, but, like, I sometimes I'll just flip through a book. I don't need to I won't even read it, I'll just look at the art. So, like, I should have said, "Have you looked at any good books lately?" Because, like, I know what you mean, like, you studying certain shit, like, I've been doing some watercolors here recently, and, like, Lynn Varley is obviously sick as fuck, and maybe that's part of, the whole the Ronin thing and all that. It's just like, the coloring is just so crazy, and, like, Dark Knight especially too, like, the coloring is bonkers, man, and I really
Yeah,
like
it's
that one.
real loose and yeah, it works really well with the art style. Oh, one thing I can talk about, where is it? It's right here. I kind of talked about this today as a post, and it's not it's not like a shameless plug, but I did the cover for this book. It's my first published comic cover, and the name
Oh,
of the book
okay.
is Consumption, and it's
Oh,
from Goats Flying Press, and the artwork in this is by uh, Jack Mandrake, and it looks really sick, man.
wow.
It's kind of like this. When you first look at it, it's almost like it has kind of a Matrix feel to it because this dude wakes up like in this weird biomechanical, um, kind of weird, cybernetic world, and this thing on his shoulders, like some kind of weird AI that's like, uh, you know, grown on him is like this kind of weird growth. He's like this
Right.
cybernetic dude. I don't know. I don't know the exact plot, but it looks really interesting. So yeah, as far as like something I'm looking forward to reading is this thing.
Nice.
Um, so yeah, yeah, that's like
Fuck
the
yeah.
probably the newest thing I'm looking forward to. Yeah.
I've been, sort of just watching, like, random movies and shit and listening to podcasts when I've been drawing, but I've really sort of listened to the most kayfabe this week than I have in a long time. Like, I'm like,
Dude, so have I. That's so funny. I've gone back to the very beginning when they talk about Wizard One and just
Yes.
started watching all of them.
Those fucking videos are so classic. Like, but like the thing was like the Wizard magazines didn't look that great. What looked great was fucking Jim Rugg being like, "Hey, here's the comic they're talking about. Here, I have every issue right here. Let's flip through them." And then you like that was the best. Like one of my favorite parts about kayfabe is like they like mention some random fuck for a second, and they'll just be like, "Oh yeah, here's a bunch of books that he did. You should look him up." You know, and then you're like, "Dude, I love that art. Like that's wicked. I'll be on the lookout for that." And it's so good, you know, because like I know we both like we fucking big fans of kayfabe, and you know, it wasn't hard to watch. It was just like I just felt like ah fuck, I don't really want to. When I would watch it, I would think I would be like, well, fucking Ed's dead, you know what I mean? And like, but now I'm like watching it, and I'm like, dude, this is like a good legacy that he's left behind. You know what I mean? There's like
My
1,700
brother's
videos of good shit.
my brother can't watch them anymore because of that. He feels weird, now.
Right.
But me, I had to keep it going because uh, I still run into ones that I haven't either seen in a long time or didn't watch. I still learn from them, and they're just an integral part of my creative process, man. I was there since day one when that came out, that YouTube channel hit, dude. I was right there, and dude, I will never have the knowledge that those two possessed. It's just so vast. And good news is, I don't know if you know this, but Jim Rugg's making appearances on the Power Pulp channel. Um,
I've seen that. I know that like that he was on there talking with some dude. I have a fucking large watch later list on my
yeah,
on YouTube, but I've
he's
seen him
talking
been
with the guy
popping up.
from Dummy Zine. He interviews that
Yes,
guy.
yes.
Yeah,
A dude who's wearing a hat, glasses, I think maybe.
he just had glasses. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
he's an
know I
older guy.
recognize
Yeah,
him. Yeah. I love Jim Rugg, man. I think he's part of like my journey, my comics making journey. Like whether he wouldn't know it, but like whether he knows it or not, like he's changed. He changed because of kayfabe. Like what I did for entertainment as far as drawing, like turned into comics. I was like, man, like these got like that. There was a Filthy Ralph comic before them, but there would never be like the original, comic that I made because I was watching them. I was like, man, I should just make a comic because they're basically saying like make a comic, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should try that. And then here we are, fucking
yeah.
years later. It's wild.
Similar story with me. Like they really, I had done some pages of comics, but they're the ones that planted the seed of like, no, I need to do a full 22, 24 page book. Like
Yeah.
I need to quit fucking around and do this thing before there's no time left. So um, you were talking about earlier having like a big fat stack of pages that always influenced or always pumped me up when they would both show off their stacks of pages,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
still riding high on my little 24
Yeah.
pages.
So
So
think to have like inches of pages,
oh
man.
man, I can't wait. It's like I can't draw fast enough, dude. Like
Yeah.
it takes me. I've got
Yeah.
so much. If I were to scale back the detail, I could probably do it, but I can't help myself. My shit's gotta.
Yeah.
I've got to put a ton of time into each page.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the newest one I posted. I've got page 4 right here. He's busting
Is this,
through some.
is this for flying saucers?
Yeah, it's for the next issue.
Yeah, that's insane.
This is the opening scene of him. He's busting through some traffic.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
The thing is, like Terrorat, it would make a good cartoon, like a really good cartoon.
video game too.
Video game too, yes, fuck yeah. Where you could play as the Terrorat and as like a guy that's like trying
Yeah,
to escape, like fucking. Oh man.
and
Or like,
action figure too.
do you know what would be cool? It would be cool to do like to do like an acrylic painting of, you know, remember the game Rampage?
That sounds familiar.
It was sort of like a King Kong Godzilla thing where like you go
Oh,
across the
yeah.
screen and beat up
Yeah,
the
yeah,
buildings
yeah,
and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to do an acrylic paint. It doesn't have to be acrylic painting. I just have that on my mind. But like a painting or a drawing of like the Rampage screen, but like Terrorat is a part of like the madness.
That'd be cool.
Dude, I think I'm gonna draw something like that. That'll be my next fucking Terrorat fucking fan art.
Dude, my mother keeps calling. I probably should answer.
Dude, answer, man. I think you can probably just rejoin with that link. Like if you know what I mean? Like answer if your mom's calling, dude, multiple times. If you got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, let me talk to her real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, she just hung
And
up.
then
Fuck.
even
How do I
if it goes fucky and we can't get it back on, we'll just start a new one. Just message me and be like, I can't fucking figure it out, and I'll just close it and I'll start a new one. There you go.
I'm on no. It didn't work. Hello?
Yo, I can hear you. Yeah. Now I can't hear you. Oh, it looks like you're fucking. I think you're getting your call. I'll just continue the convo here. So basically, the thing I was just describing, like the page from like fucking Rampage. Um, I
Did
think that
everyone
could
hear
be
my call?
no,
Okay, good.
no.
Good.
Uh, I was just talking about like the thing from Rampage. So like I think that would be cool to do like maybe even like a watercolor painting of that because I'm obsessed with watercolors right now and
You
it's
mentioned painting
free.
Terrorat. I want Ben Morrow to paint a cover of Terrorat one day, like a because I want all my covers to be color, but the insides to be black and white.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. That's the kind of vibe that I like as well. Plus, it's
Yeah,
cheaper for printing because it's just like,
yeah.
you know, yeah. I haven't really made any like physical copies of anything lately because I've been working on this one comic because like technically I have like two comics worth of stuff already done, but it's all going in the same fucking thing. So I've just been
How many copies of are you doing of this 60-page epic?
I'm gonna do probably like as I don't know as many as I can really. Like I was initially gonna do perfect binding and all that stuff, like go through a company, but I think I'm not gonna do that. I think that's gonna be too much. And I'd rather be able to make it like affordable, you know what I mean? And fucking
Dude, things have gone up here so much that I did the math on just doing a little half size zine, man. Like it almost like it's like almost becoming like not the cheap way. Like
yeah,
I would have to charge like in my opinion almost too much to even cover the cost of printing at least 50. It's almost like it makes more sense to which bums me out because the whole point of it is to do it quick and cheap. But now
yeah,
going to a photocopier isn't even cheap anymore. Like, so you
no,
might as well take that money and put it towards getting it printed professionally, which is I don't know, which is cool, but it just bums me out that that's where we're at now. That paper,
yeah.
that
Like the thing is, I could print it here, but I wouldn't be
okay,
able to do the covers because I want the covers to be full color. And like my printer, my printer's basically has no ink, any colors right now. So and it's expensive. Like the ink cartridges are like 100 something bucks. And I'm like, I could put the 100 bucks out, buy a fucking new ink thing, just black, so I could print the interior tier and I could print the covers elsewhere, you know what I mean? Because I want those to be pretty slick looking.
right.
But it's fucking there's it's still up in the air. Like I want to finish it. Like I really would love to see it in the perfect binding, like square bound thing, but I don't want to have to be like, oh, fucking I just don't want to go broke trying to make these, trying to make it cheap by buying a lot of them and then them not sell. You know what I mean? Like to like as much as I fucking like to pay them back, sort of thing.
You would
You
just
know,
have to do a shit ton of shows and
that's the
sell them.
thing. Well, the thing is that I could do that also if I make them cheapy too, though. You know what I mean? Like I could,
Right.
like if I print them here, like I could, make a fuckload of them.
I know it's a pain in the ass, but would you ever create like a web store with your stuff and like sell it
I
that
have
way?
I have a website. It's not a store, but it's just like a way to
Okay.
look at art and like the
Right, right.
prices of the zines and all that bullshit there. But yeah, running the store, I feel like giving them the cut and all that stuff. Like I'd rather fucking just do it myself because I'm not moving a million copies. You know what I mean? I'm moving like fucking not a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's to me
Right.
doing to just bring in a middleman just to fucking it's not going to make the process any easier or cheaper as far as I'm
No.
concerned. I'd rather just do it all myself because
Yeah.
until I got to the point where like I needed to do some shit like that, that's different. But as it is right now, dude, I'm fine with just selling them the OG way, like going to shows, going to fucking whatever, dropping
Yeah.
random copies off in places where, you might like the one like the guy I was telling you about today, the guy that's teaching that class that I'm doing. He said that he used to go to the library with his comics and put them in other comics that are sort of similar, or like he might think that a person might want to read that too. And so, like,
Right.
if you grab a book off the bookshelf at a library and all of a sudden there's this random little comic, you might be like, "Oh, what is this?" Like, at least I
Yeah.
would. I'd be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah.
So it's sort of there's many a way to get it out there, but
Yeah.
it's like to sell them is the hard part. Like to get them out there, it could cost you just the cost of the print. You know what I mean? Because you could drop them off at a laundromat, like just drop off a copy here, copy
You
there,
know,
coffee shop.
you know
You know,
what you should do, man, and I've even considered doing this, and I might still in the future. Um, the Power Pulp people distribute your stuff. Like they're the ones that I don't know exactly how they operate, but they're the ones that um you know what I mean? Like they have a lot of
yeah.
indie
I have
creators that they
Yeah, I have my shit through a distributor as well that goes to shows locally, and,
okay.
they basically take, like a buck or 2 off each sale, and they just send you fucking PayPal every once in a while,
Yeah.
That's pretty or e-transfer rather, like, I don't know if you guys have that in the States, but, like, an e-transfer, they just send you money, um, so it's pretty cool, like, every time if they go to a show, I'm pretty much guaranteed, like, there's some like, one thing might sell, you know what I mean? And you'll get like whatever the cost is for that, and it's pretty sick. But what you're what you're talking about, like the power pulp thing, like I assume that's probably just like another deal, like another distribution type thing.
Have
You know,
have you looked at them at all?
I'm subscribed to them, but I don't think I've watched much of that. Like, I is Brian Moss part of that? Like, is
No.
that the channel that he runs? What's the channel he
No,
runs?
no, no. Power to the Panel is his channel. He's not on YouTube anymore. Power Pulp is they're not like a
Okay.
publisher, but they represent indie artists and they help get your shit into like the hands of real retailers or anywhere that would like take indie publications.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, go follow them on Instagram. They
Yeah.
post all the time. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Jim Rugg's on there now. Like he kind of like um is part of that now.
I
Like they
wanted to fucking
represent they represent like indie artists and help distribute their shit.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I was
Y-
gonna send some of my comics to Kayfabe, like, before it ended and all that shit, but I never got the guts to do it, and now I regret doing it because it probably would have been in, like, one of those videos, you know what I mean? Like
I sent them I can't find the video. I've been looking for it, but I sent them a copy of Overdose, the one that
okay.
you
Yeah,
have,
I got that, yeah.
and they reviewed it. What was frustrating oh, excuse me, not frustrating, but kinda it was still cool. It kinda bummed me out too, though, that they were they didn't even get to the comic. Like, they were so, they didn't really have anything bad to say. They thought it was cool, but they were almost like, even though it was only 3 or 4 pages to the end, they didn't even really talk about the comic because it wasn't immediately
Right.
a
Yeah.
comic. The comic's in the back, so they didn't really get to that part, and I think they did, but they didn't really look at the that's what I wanted them to look at, was
Right.
the comic. So, but, I think it's awesome. I learned something really valuable because Jim Rugg kinda had to, like, cut some promos on my logo because he's like, this can't what does it say? Vert dose? Like, because the O's were supposed to be like he couldn't tell that they were O's. He was pointing
Right.
out, like, and I learned from that. I was like, "Yeah, I need to make my logos fucking legible," you know? So,
Oh man, cutting promos on the saw blade, dude.
I love
Fuck.
it. I mean,
That's
fuck
so
it, dude.
awesome though that like that. Ah, fuck. Cause like that's the thing. Like with watching kayfabe a lot more again. Like it's become like part of like my daily routine again. Cause like I was always like, rewatching episodes anyway, like in the background, like especially at work. Like I'm just listening to them talk about whatever, you know what I mean? Like I've been on the Wizard issues as well. I've been watching them in order also. I'm up to like my birthday era, which was that Ghost Rider cover from like '92. It's like sort of like one of those pages. I think there's like a big drawing of the Ghost Rider's head, and then there's like a full body thing. But I love listening and learning about shit through people that make stuff, like I said earlier, like just to get on here and talk about comics is not enough. You got to make them, and then you're on a whole different fucking
You
you
know
know
what? I agree because I don't relate too well to people that are just coming from, I mean, I enjoy it. I'm not saying I don't relate to it. Just I agree though, 100%. It's limiting my. I don't know, man. Like I need a wider bandwidth of conversation and info, like an exchange of like ideas on how we make this stuff. It's really important, almost to more important than geeking out over uh in a fandom way. If I geek out, it's more on how the thing is made and how it's done and
yeah.
what the art does to my brain or writing. Just how to construct the whole thing is what I want to talk about. You know,
Yeah, that's the thing, like that. There's so many comic book channels on YouTube, but there's so few that I watch because, like, again, I don't care about just hearing like reviews about a comic. I want to talk about like the comic process and everything that sort of goes into it. And it's hard to get what I want out of these videos unless I just go back, rewatch kayfabe, listen to Ink Pulp, that kind of shit. Like that's where I'm at right now for
same
comic
here.
book entertainment on YouTube at least. I don't give a fuck about hotkeys or valuable speculation issues or any of this bullshit. That's not what I'm in comics for, and it's got its part, obviously it's got its place, but for me,
Death to the slab. Like,
oh fuck the slab. It's so fucking dumb. So dumb. People fucking have slabbed those giant like phone book size manga fucking collections. Like it's a slab that's literally like fucking 3.5 inches wide, and like how big those fucking manga
that's
things are.
crazy. I've never heard of that. That's Yeah. I always loved when uh kayfabe would do the snuff film, like uh cutting a
Breaking it out.
slab open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what's crazy? I know for a fucking fact, this is no bullshit, that Ed Piskor bought the fucking copy of Heavy Metal issue 1 from my comic shop because I was gonna fucking pull the trigger on that, and it was I went there, it was gone, and then like the next day they do the video on it, and I'm pretty sure he says he got it from my comic shop, and I was like, you bastard.
Oh, he was in He was in Canada then. Okay.
No. He was in wherever he's at, but like that the place
Oh,
mycomicshop.com is what I should have said.
okay. I thought you meant like
Yeah, I think it's
store.
called Lone Star is what the store's called.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's in Texas, but like I haven't bought anything from fucking Lone Star in so long because
Was it the
it was
first
lit-
issue? It was the first issue of Heavy Metal? Is
yes.
that what that's so classic, dude. I have that
Oh,
one that's
oh
got
fuck.
the yeah.
It's so good. That's the Blood Drunk, the comic that the one comic I made, the cover is an homage. As far as the composition goes of that, of Heavy Metal issue 1 with, like, the character on top with, like, about to swing down on the other one, like,
The metal tits.
yeah, scissoring fucking lesbian robots fighting to the death with fucking oil squirting all over the fucking place. It looks like
uh,
Retro or Dies in the house says, "Comic Pop is a pretty rad channel, very funny and in-depth." I've never heard of that one. Prince Vazigo, I heard Gene Paul's Peter's channel is the best for that.
haven't heard
That's
of that.
funny. Slabs I can only think are justified for really old stuff like 30s, 40s, since the paper's so hard to keep right and not turn to dust. I can agree with that. If it's something that is like gonna fall apart and you're not gonna ever take it out and handle it, then I could see that. But like,
I
all
think
that good
overall they should breathe and be read. Um,
all that good Jack Kirby comics that are it's out there that's just
yeah.
sealed and will never be read again. And people don't realize when you're reading comics, nothing compares to the original fucking way that the comic was put out on. If you look at the Frank Miller Daredevils, like here's Daredevil run, and then look at the collected version versus the single issues all the way, all the
I
fucking way,
agree.
man.
I agree. I mean, I think there's just something to be said about flipping through some real newsprint
Yeah,
and looking at the work,
yeah,
and taking it in that way. Um, and I don't know. I mean, let's talk about things really, really old books being slabbed. I mean, again, we talked about the kayfabe snuff
yeah,
film where they break into some slabs, and they've had books in there like from the 40s, and I mean, some of
oh
them
yeah.
hold up pretty well,
Have you watched
Yeah.
I'm sure you have, but there's that they walk through I'm trying to remember his name. Uncle Bernard or some shit like that. The guy that he there's like a 3-hour tour of his house.
They brought yeah, I saw
The
that
guy's on
one.
SPX.
Yeah,
He
he
runs
does. He
SPX.
whenever they bring in a really old slab that they break open, they have him on the
Yeah.
show, and he does
Warren
like his
Bernard. I think his
Warren
name's
Bernard.
Warren Bernard.
I
Yeah.
don't know what his I don't know what he I don't know if he's a creator or an editor or a publisher. I'm not sure where he's coming from, but his knowledge in a lot of these old comics is really, really impressive.
He
And
runs SPX, which is the small press
that's
expo.
it. That's
Yeah.
it. He he
Yeah.
he was or he organized it, and I think he retired from it, but he's
Yeah.
still active in some channels. But
He could have
yeah,
something to do with the Comics Journal as well, I think.
that's right. I think so. But dude, again, they would flip through stuff that was like, I mean, 70 plus years old, almost 80. I
Yeah.
mean, they were like early, early stuff.
Mhm.
And but yeah, the commentary with that is really, really valuable. Like
Yeah.
whatever it was they were talking about, didn't matter. I learned a shit ton from that,
Yeah.
from any of those conversations. Like super
Yeah.
good.
For sure. Forrest says for sure they should be read. The paper from the back then is so temperamental. It can just vaporize with your hands unless you use gloves. LOL. Slaps for speculation is always wrong to me, but speculators aren't comic readers anyway. That's true. Um, a kayfabe episode I watched the other day. Two of them I watched. Spawn issue 1 and Spider-Man issue 1, both the McFarlane books.
Those are
It,
great. Yeah.
it's like it's so good because I remember the first time I read Torment, which is the first story out of the McFarlane Spider-Man run. I remember thinking like, I did not give a fuck about this story at all, but goddamn, it looked fucking awesome. You know what
I
I
was
mean?
there when it came out, and even back then it didn't impress me, but I really was there for the art just like
Yeah.
everybody else. The first Spawn, that one I was there too. I was standing in line to get mine, just like everybody else. I loved the cover. I read it. I thought it was cool. I lost interest after. I was really trying hard to get interested after the first few issues. By 8 or 9, I was off. I was like out.
Right.
By then, I was done with all Image comics, for the most part, and off to trying to hunt undergrounds and
Yeah.
getting into heavy metal and
Yeah.
that
I think
magazine.
heavy metal, I think, is like the sort of the next step. Like when people get into comics and then they sort of can't. This is how what happened to me. Like I got into comics, couldn't really find a groove that I could fit in. Like everything I was reading was 20 years before I was even born. You know what I mean? Like all this like just really awesome stuff from the 70s, the 80s, and all this shit, and
Right.
60s, especially. Like it's all so good, and just falling in love with good art and finding the type of art and comic that you love is so good. And I think heavy metal is like the best representation of like the next step. You know what I mean? Like heavy metal, eerie, creepy, all that kind of stuff. Like is the
Yeah.
next step and like going to adult. Like it when I say adult, you know what I mean. I don't mean like pornographic. Sometimes
No, I get it.
pornographic, but like you know what I'm saying. It's just
Yeah, I mean, because it's I don't know, it's liberating and it's not bound to just one thing. And when I was going back and getting well, they were still coming out pretty regularly, and Kevin Eastman was still the owner and publisher when I was getting heavy into them and going back and getting the stuff from the 70s and 80s. Um, when all that was happening, uh, Crumb comes out, the film. So that's how I discovered Robert Crumb. So discovering the 70s undergrounds with that heavy metal stuff,
wow.
dude, combining those two together as influences, it completely warped my brain on what comics could be, you
That's
know.
it.
And
That's
then
it.
already being a fan of Mad Magazine, um, that too.
Yeah.
Uh, that
Mad, heavy metal, all that shit. That's all like the shit that like if you like opened up my fucking head and like dumped stuff in, it was like mad, heavy metal,
yeah,
fucking South Park and all this bullshit and you know,
yeah, yeah,
Godzilla movies and yeah.
yeah.
Clearly you're inspired by Godzilla, maybe not just Godzilla films, but definitely 50s cinema with a character like Terrorat, like a giant character like that, to me screams 50s. And the fucking the next issue is versus the Flying Saucers. That is a direct homage to a film, you know, called what is it called? Fucking Earth versus the Flying
That's
Saucers.
exactly what I'm riffing off of. Yeah,
It's so awesome, man. And it's like
yeah.
that's the shit that was put into your fucking head. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So to
those
speak.
movies were when I was growing up, before, you know, cable was barely a thing and rental stores weren't, they were there, but not huge. They didn't even have like huge chains yet. Those movies would come on TV. So whether it was like Godzilla flicks or Ray Harryhausen flicks, my brain was just consumed with that stuff. So that goes way back. So
Yeah.
I wanted purposely to like, it's two things. It's like my ode to those movies and 70s and 80s underground comics just combined into one thing with Mad Magazine humor interjected in there. And that's going to be the two-part series,
Yeah.
yeah, coming up.
I'm gonna do the next one of like the next batch of comics I'm gonna do because I'm gonna continue this visual voodoo anthology thing. Like that's how I'm gonna sort of put comics out for the next little bit. That I want to do a noir story in the next one, and I already have the name for it. It's called Bad Batch, and it's about
There
like
you
these
go.
guys. Like I'm sure you can figure out, you know, fill in the
Yeah.
blanks right now, but like Bad Batch total noir, and I'm obsessed, dude. I'm obsessed with making the fucking things, and like I don't own the original piece of paper, but I talked about this before we went live. Like at this class I was doing, everybody drew Filthy Ralph on a comic page, and like I said, I'll show you it later, but it's so surreal,
I can't wait to put him in.
dude.
Since now that I have your permission, he's going
Yeah,
to be in the
yeah,
next issue.
that's right. So Filthy Ralph will appear in the fucking Terrorat versus the Flying Saucers. So stay
Hmm.
tuned.
Hmm.
The thing that's crazy about that is like, um, Filthy Ralph started off as like this really fucked up, perverted joke, and I made it into a comic that's like a little, it's tamed down. And now, like, because you haven't even read all the shit. Like, I gotta
No,
send you some fucking like the
I
rest of
just
the
have
shit
the
because
stuff you sent me, which I
I think
love.
you have everything
Uh,
up to Blood Drunk. Like, you don't have Vomit Coffin, which is my magnum opus at the time, the 36-page Cheech and Chong meets Evil Dead Freak Brothers comic, dude. It's the best fucking thing I've done up until this new Visual Voodoo thing. But yeah, Bad Batch is gonna be something. And matter of fact, the dude in the comments right now, Retro or Die,
I just
he's
noticed that.
he's a buddy of mine, and he
Well,
just wrote a collection of short stories, and I read it last weekend, and it's really fucking good.
he's asking where does he buy Terrorat?
It's a Kickstarter right now,
It's a
dude. So
Kickstarter.
yeah, the link will be in the description of this after the fact, but you can go to Sawblade's Instagram and
Which is SAWBLADE666, and
and
go
you'll
to the Kickstarter
yeah,
link, and it's right there. That's where you get it.
there you go.
And if you
So
type in Kickstarter, just search Terrorat under comics, and it'll pop up.
yeah, dude,
Thank you.
it's sick. It's sick. Yeah, Forrest, he's a big comic fan as well.
Awesome.
I think he's more along the lines of like 90s, not just 90s, but I know he knows a lot about like 90s, like the whole like Spawn, like Spider-Man, like all like McFarlane type stuff. And um, it's cool because like I like watching those kayfabe videos talking about them recently, like sort of made me go like, maybe Spider-Man's not like just I wouldn't say shithead character, but like just a character I never really read. But like looking at the art to me, man, like because I was looking at some Ditko stuff, just because I wanted to, I wanted to look at some Ditko Spider-Man shit, and it is so fucking awesome. Like it's so awesome because like it looks sort of like outdated, like when you look at that early Ditko Spider-Man stuff. But you got to realize he's the one that laid that groundwork. He created those characters. Like he created Doc Ock, Green Goblin. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure he created all those like early Spider-Man villains and like Mysterio, like all these. Like, dude, this guy was smoking some crazy shit to
No,
come up with this. Like Doc
Ditko
Ock,
ruled, man.
he's the man.
It is an interesting style. I think that to me, especially with that early Spider-Man stuff, to me it kind of has a golden age feel to it. But when I look at him, I look at his choice of just his storytelling technique from panel to panel, that classic six grid
Yeah,
setup, and yeah, I mean, it's undeniable. If you're into comics, you have to show. Well, you don't have to do anything, but showing respect to those guys, man.
yeah.
I think it's important.
Well, that's
You
why
learn a lot. You learn a
people
lot.
really.
You learn a
Oh, go
lot
ahead.
about comics making by
Yeah.
studying those guys for sure. You know,
That's the thing, man. That's why
yeah.
Kirby, Ditko, John Romita Sr., Herb Trimpe, all these guys that were really fucking doing the groundwork on a like on a massive scale, dude. Like how many pages of comics was Jack Kirby penciling a month? Like a ridiculous amount.
Oh,
Ridiculous
dude, he
amount.
was known to page or pencil at least 3 to 4 pages a day. Um,
Crazy.
he was fast. So he could literally do 2 books a month.
Yeah. And
So
I
he's
think there
doing
was
about
times
2
where he
books a
was
month.
doing 2 books, like Fantastic
Yeah,
Four would have been one, and probably
yeah,
fucking some other random one. I don't know.
yeah. Most people struggle to do 1 book a month.
Yeah.
Um, so it's incredible the speed. All those old guys had incredible speed. Well, that was just from a time where that was a huge part of um, the job was, or the industry is having that speed because if you didn't do your part in time, that was costing money. It literally was holding up the press and printers and uh, dude, that was on you. And
Yeah.
with that assembly line system, man, you cannot be late, or that you'll throw a wrench in the works. I'm not that kind of cartoon or comic artist. I could never be a comic artist. I'm a cartoonist in the sense
Yeah.
of writing, drawing my own stuff at my own pace. I would
Front
not do well.
front to back. Front to
I
back,
I
man.
would not do well in an assembly line situation. Not that I
No.
can't work with others, I can, but and I can meet deadlines, but it has to be. You know who I compare myself to? Not in this. I'm not saying like, excuse me, I'm as good as this person. I'm saying Jeff Darrow works in a way that I work,
Right.
and that Jeff Darrow is not a monthly artist.
No.
He's just not. So I'm one of those.
Well, speaking of Jeff Darrow, his new book just came out like last month, and I reserved a copy of it. It never came in,
Oh
and
shit!
so I got gypped on that. But to fill the void, that day when I went in there, they didn't have it. I finally bought Big Guy and Rusty the Robot because I never had that.
Classic, dude. Classic.
Dude,
Can
it
I got a
is
story to tell about that.
okay. Tell it. It's so good.
First of all, it's a beautiful book. Uh, I love the story. I love the art. I love everything about that comic. I have to admit, I did not give that comic a chance until 2 or 3 years ago.
Really?
I knew about it back then. I remember it coming out because I discovered Jeff Darrow when Hard Boiled came out.
Yeah.
When that 3 part ish thing came out, dude, I just could not wait. And then when they compiled it in the graphic novel, I picked that up too.
Yeah.
But after that, that's when that book came out. Um, like a year or two after that series, the hard boiled stuff. When I saw that, I was like, "What the fuck is that?" I totally misjudged it. Totally book by its cover thing. Where,
Yeah.
oh, that's bullshit. That's not. I don't know if I thought like, what are they trying to do? A kids thing? I didn't even open it. I should have opened it. I totally just turned me off because at the time, I wanted some fucking dark shit, man. I wanted something to kick my ass and I wanted the grime and grittiness of hard boiled. That did not read that way to me. And it's not that kind of a book, obviously, but it's not anything less though.
It's its
It's a
own
great
fucking thing,
comic.
man.
It's a great comic, and I kicked myself in the ass. And hey, better late than never. But yeah, I recently picked that up after 30
Yeah.
years of not blowing it off. Uh, Basically, all Jeff Darrow is great. Like
Yeah.
you cannot go wrong.
No.
Shaolin Cowboy, I haven't checked out yet though, and I'm sure it's great. But
It's amazing. I've got that. That's the new book is a Shaolin Cowboy book. It collects Bourbon Threat, which has not been published in like 30 years or 40 years,
right,
and it's got a bunch of other stuff in there. But like as far as like the 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 different volumes of Shaolin Cowboy he's done, man, they're out of control. There's I've got 2 of them in single issue form because that's how I was picking them up as they were coming out. Because like every few years he'll put out like a 4-issue mini. But last year or the year before he put out a storyline called "Cruel to Be Kin," and that was like 7 issues. So like a 7-issue Jeff Darrow
Wow.
fucking marathon, dude. You can get these beautifully collected editions for like
Sure. Yeah.
30-40 bucks, whatever it is. But like
Yeah.
they're so fucking awesome. Like his art style is like, it's so good. And like going back to kayfabe, there's all those interviews with him,
I
walk
was
through the
just going to
comics
bring
with
that
him.
up. Did
Beautiful,
you
man.
yeah, I love all those. Did you watch the one where they kind of dig into how he works and they're asking him about how, he was showing his originals and they was talking about how he does everything with Micron, and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, my head
And
was
he says
blown,
that
dude.
line where he's like, yeah, sometimes the tip goes a little weird, but I can sometimes hold it a certain way and get it to work. And I'm like thinking, like, I know what you mean, motherfucker. Like, I
And his
understand.
his dude, his pages were like, do you remember how big the
Yeah.
pages?
And he
Fucking
said that
like
he's got that vest that
huge.
his dad made, but that has like fucking the ability to stretch it out so the perspective lines can be like right
Yeah,
off the page. Like Jeff Darrow is like that. Like those videos with him are
he's a
so
god,
fucking
man.
entertaining, dude. So good.
He's a god, man. And to be that skillful, and then he's buddies with like some of the greats,
Mobius,
Mobius, Bernie Wrightston, and uh,
Otomo.
I think even Dave Stevens. I mean, that dude's incredible, and just a great attitude, and
He's a
I don't
humble
know.
guy. He's a
I
humble
just
guy. Eh?
I love his stuff. I mean, even before I saw any kind of interview or knew anything about him other than the work just instantly spoke to me, man.
Yeah,
Frank Miller already knew, and I was like sold on that. But
yeah.
being introduced to Jeff Darrow through that, it was a powerhouse team, man. That hard boiled is it's so good.
It is. I'm just gonna catch up on these comments real quick.
Okay.
Forrest says Spider-Man has some rough patches at points in story. The art is great. The issue where Spider-Man goes to Germany and kills a woman is nuts. I never read that one.
No,
He
I
says
haven't heard of that. Yeah.
that's why Image in the early days blew apart. Todd let everyone do what they wanted when they wanted, and people just got rich and didn't make issues anymore. Well, a fucking crazy story that I won't get into, but look up the story of Tundra Comics, the Kevin Eastman fucking thing, because a lot of people fucking fucked him over, and like it's a wild story. Um, hey guys, can I get a movie recommendation? I need to watch something. What kind of movie? That's my question because there's like a million.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say From Beyond.
There you go. There
I'll
you
be
go.
right back, dude.
Yeah, man. Forrest says I've always wanted the Shadow comics get picked up and get darker since he's basically Batman but kills guys. Midnight Meat Train is fucking crazy. Orphan Killer, I never watched that, but yeah, I have Midnight Meat Train. I think I'm gonna do one of these. Will you squeeze? Here we go. There's nothing even in here. Yeah, I appreciate everybody for stopping by and being a part of the fucking conversation and stuff. Um, one thing that I'll say here right off the bat is in the next couple of weeks, my schedule will be changing, and I'll be going from 7 to 3. Excuse me, 7 to 3. I'll be going from fucking 3 to 11 to 9 to 5. So when we do like a smoke sesh, Friday night smoke sesh or something, it won't start in the middle of the fucking night. If you talk to Ricky, he'll say Creepshow 2, but only Chief Woodenhead. I love Creepshow 2, Chief Woodenhead. That fucking shitty, fucking ultra shithead story at the end with the raft. Fuck.
That fucking old man bladder. I'm back. Yeah,
Man,
man.
fuck.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Jeff Darrow.
Yes.
You got, man, you got to figure, like I'm kind of just getting out of the image stuff and,
Right.
discovering the underground, still paying attention to mainstream stuff. And then that comes along. And then I'm like, oh, fuck.
This
So
is
it definitely rocked my world back then.
this
It,
is
it,
the, sorry.
and then now, I'm still worshiping it. So
This is my Jeff Darrow collection that's collected. Everything else I have, most of my Shaolin Cowboy is single issues, but the Big Bad Kahuna,
have that one. You know what I
Hard
want is
Boiled.
the artist edition of that, dude. Remember when they were showing that off on Cartoonist Kayfabe?
Yes.
Dude, and they have an artist edition of Rusty the robot, big robot or whatever. That
Yeah.
one.
That's the one I just picked this up. I'm not too crazy about the cover art on this one. And I think that's
That's
the problem. It's like the cover art is not nearly as good as the interior. And I know like that old cover, like let me see.
wait, that's different from mine. Hey, I have mine over here. Hang on.
Where's the fucking yeah, like these types of covers.
See, you can see
Like
like back
these
in
types of covers right here would have probably been the types that like that cover right there
this
is
is the one I saw,
yeah.
and dude, I knew Astro Boy and
Wait,
stuff, and
we need a thumbnail. So
yeah, there
we
we
need a
go.
thumbnail. So here, this will be it. All right,
Awesome.
there it is.
But looking at this, I guess my brain wasn't. It just wasn't on board with this. This cover ruined it for me.
Yeah, because the
Uh,
insides do not look like that.
no, dude, the fucking insides are rad as fuck. I mean, that's insanity, dude. That's
Yeah,
just pure insanity. Yeah,
yeah,
look at that.
it's
That
fucked.
that panel alone is insane, dude.
And like the
You
thing
know
about this fucking
how
monster
hard
is
that is
like
to draw? That like even Ed was talking about how he obviously put those helicopters in different perspectives. Like
yeah,
he's using the correct like perspective based on the horizon line from those helicopters. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Darrow did do some covers to some Godzilla comics,
oh,
but
I didn't know that,
he did a few. And
dude.
so did the artist. Yeah,
This
look at
tank is
that.
so sick,
That
dude.
is fucking ridiculous, man.
Every nut and
Everything
bolt is on there.
there's like for fans of the Godzilla movie Shin Godzilla, this is basically like the groundwork for that as far as the Godzilla, as far like the way I look at it. But this is a random book that I got. It's sort of like a collection of like stories and weird shit, but it's a Shaolin Cowboy book. It's
Okay.
smaller than a regular comic, but it has like these things. You may or may not have seen these. It's like helpful hints like how to use chopsticks, but then it's just like pulling a guy's eyes out with the chopsticks.
That's great.
Like
Wow.
that kind of stuff. There's a lot of like I said, like writing and stuff, like not
Right.
like you but like a lot of really good just little spot illustrations of the Shaolin Cowboy and the person that writes the book shit in here is hold on a second. His name is Um, well, I guess I'm a liar. Michael A. Black does a story in here. A guy named Andrew Vashez does. Like
Okay.
it's all art from Jeff Darrow and another guy named Gary Gianni. But this is just a really cool sort of
Oh, Gary
relic.
Gianni's an awesome artist, dude.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then
he's
the
a great
final thing
artist.
I have that is collected is this is Shemp Buffet. It's a Shaolin Cowboy story.
Cool.
And then I
That's cool.
got Cruel to Be Kin single issues and another one, I forget which one. The cover is like the inside of a dirty bathroom stall. It's so good. It's so good. But like the thing about the Shaolin Cowboy is like with this story, it's basically a non-stop fight with no words or very few words, and it is insanity, dude. Like it's Jeff Darrow is not like your you know your grandma's comic book artist. He is insane.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love
So
it.
I highly recommend checking out Cowboy, and you can get a lot of that. Like, it's not a out of print thing, really. Like, there's new collected editions. Dark Horse,
I
I find, is pretty good at keeping that shit in print.
Yeah, I've been meaning to since he started that series. It's just, you know how it goes. It's just been
Yeah,
uh
I
hard to
know.
keep up with it all, you know.
Forrest says the raft is off. What he's referencing, because the movie Creepshow 2.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I've seen the first one though. Yeah.
Well, there's like a story in there that I really like that involves like a wooden cigar store Indian. And I love that story. And my friend Retro or Die, he likes the story at the end that is about it's the worst, man. It's the absolute worst. And the thing that fucking shocked me is one night, me, him, and another buddy were having a conversation on here, and my other buddy agreed. And it was like, it would be like if you said, you know what, fucking S. Clay Wilson ain't. I'd rather fucking look at some insert bullshit jobber artist. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, it's that last story in Creepshow 2. Like, I don't even want to get into it. He's doing that. He's trying to rage bait me, is what he's doing.
That's funny.
He says Hell City by Image is great and gritty. I think that's Jay Lee.
Or was it Hell
Um,
Shock?
or Hell Shock. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Looks like Big Hero 6. I can see why it wouldn't be like a jump up. But Forrest, look that comic up. Look at the insides of it. It's insane. Looks like Akira on the inside, front the manga from the. Looks like Akira on the inside, front the manga from the 80s. I know what you're saying. That's funny. Yeah, Akira is another one. Like, I've only got up to volume 3 of that, and it's
Yeah.
dense. It's dense stuff. So
Yeah. I have 1 and 2 only, but I mean, I want to get all 6. Yeah. Back when they hit the states, I don't know if I told you my Akira story.
no,
I actually saw the premiere of Akira not in a movie theater, but at a library on a pull down screen back in '89 at this festival called the Japan Fest,
right.
and I was like 14 years old, and so immediately when I saw that it was from a comic, because back then they weren't called mangas, I didn't
Yeah.
know what the fuck. I just it was a comic to me. Uh, this company called Epic was putting them out, and
Yes.
they were color, and
Yeah.
I so that's where I started like my journey with that stuff, and I was only able to grab a couple issues here and there. So I recently went back to get those volumes you're talking about, and I only have 2 of them. But you're right, man. You could spend fucking literally hours just looking at the art, man, and trying to wrap your head around how that motherfucker drew all that shit. You
It's
know,
wild.
it's like this motherfucker right here. You could just sit and just have your mind blown
Yeah.
at how they pull this shit off. You know,
It's like, there's some really like standout stories out there that I want to read. One of them that I read actually in public school was a story, because I'm not big on like Marvel stuff. Like, I like Daredevil and that's about it. But there's a story called Marvels by
Alex
Alan
Ross.
Ross.
Yeah.
It's insane. You know what I mean? Because like all the panels are like paintings.
So you don't like Wolverine? You don't like?
Oh no, I love Wolverine. I love
Okay. Okay.
Wolverine. Uh, like I've read Weapon X by Barry Windsor Smith.
Love it,
Uh, you know, the
dude.
I never read it.
Besides the Conan stuff, that's some of it. That's probably the pinnacle of his work. I think that's masterful. Barry Windsor Smith on Weapon X is ah.
The thing about look at I was just handed a bag of edibles.
Nice.
um, the other thanks by the way. The one story that I have only read through the screen of kayfabe was the Sam Keith Blood Hungry story, Wolverine story. And I read I used to have it, but I lent it to my cousin, and then my cousin had a fire in his apartment, so it got fucked. But the Frank Miller Wolverine one.
Yeah.
I forget the name of that. I think it might have just been called Wolverine, but it was like a
Dude, that Frank Miller piece where there's like a mound of ninjas on top of like Wolverine is so classic. There you go. Nice.
The thing is though, I hate candy.
I
I
would
don't like
join. I would join you if I didn't have to drive later. I have to drive later though. Oh, where'd you go? There you are.
what happened.
You
Oh, fucking my
disappeared for like a
oh,
sec. Yeah.
I don't know if I said it or not, but I don't like candy. And like the thing is, I gotta eat 2 of these
Well,
fucking
like
things.
you're eating them like candy.
Well, Saturday night. I don't gotta
Yeah.
drive tonight.
Fuck it. Yeah.
I fucking man. Sorry, I have to chew this because it's in my
No, go
teeth.
ahead.
Fuck, what was I gonna say?
I'm gonna plug in my
Oh yeah.
phone. Hang on a second.
I wonder if I can add some light here. How does that look? Okay.
Can you hear me, dude?
Yep.
Turn you up.
Here's some shit. Unseen shit. So my
Fuck, it's super low on your end.
what's low?
Can barely hear you.
Can barely hear me. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna try these headphones again. And it could be because I was really fucking far away from it. Hold on. Say something?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you, but I'm not through these fucking headphones.
I'll plug back in. I just wanted to my phone. That's why I was taking my headphones off.
For the record, there it is.
Jesus, dude. You're
600
blasted.
mil. No, I did that last night.
600 milligrams each?
No, 200.
Oh, 200. Okay.
Or whatever 2 of those is, because there's 10.
246. So you ate 3 of them. That's 600 milligrams that you just ate.
No.
Okay.
No,
No,
I
say,
ate 2 of
God
them.
damn, man.
I ate 2 of them just now. And
Okay.
I think it's like I think there was 10 in these ones, and I think that it
Okay.
worked out to be 2 of them was like 120, I think.
I see.
But this is something really cool that I think you'll dig. This is original art for the comic. What the fuck? So like the wraparound for this visual voodoo is like the way this I think you'll like this. So the way that I'm gonna do the wraparound and have like the stories be told is through Ralph and little Ricky going to a movie theater marathon, like a movie marathon.
Yeah.
So, like this is them out front of the theater.
There you go. That's cool.
And then so that page is done, and then the next page is they're inside of the theater, like getting snacks. This is just the pencil, but
Nice.
like
That's looking cool, man.
yeah. And like right here, I want to do a fucking I'm gonna do like you're not gonna be able to see the whole name, but it's gonna be like a Terrorat, like kind of homage to Terrorat in a way, you know what I mean? Like it's
Like
a
a poster.
So I have that. I
Cool.
gotta ink this, and then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages to do. And then I'm done that. And this right here, I think you'll dig this. I don't know if you saw it. This looks way better than the photo. Like you have to see this in person. It's the Taints Tacos watercolor painting.
Oh, nice.
So like you can see, like I tried to do like a fuck. I can't see.
I like the little porta potty on the end there.
Yes, and like the thing is, like it's all pissy and nasty.
That's smoke coming out the top.
Yeah, it like Ralph's over here like puking his guts out wearing a sombrero.
That's great, dude.
Yeah,
That's great. I love
and
it.
like the thing is on the menu says taco, burrito, fried beans, peyote, and tequila. Those are the options you can buy from that.
Coming out both ends later.
Yes.
That's
So
great.
that's that. And then this right here, this is all the original art for Visual Voodoo. This is no joke. Remember we talked about the thick stack? This is the stack of original art. This is
That's
48
so
pages.
okay.
Yeah, 48
Mine's
pages.
half that. Yeah.
But like again, these are all on that small size, like that I'm not working on anymore. The 8.5 by 5.5. Like, so they're not like full on page, like full size pages. But I'll show you like a couple of sick ones, man. So like this is based off of a short film that I made. And in the short film, the one character throws a switchblade and hits a guy in the fucking hand. So in the I made a comic of that short film, and when he throws the switchblade, it hits the guy in the hand and it goes into his fucking eye.
Oh wow.
So like this
That's
is
cool.
fucking, it's crazy because like this story I wrote in what's it called, 2017. But hold on, this is the one I think you're gonna geek out on, man. This is my super duper inspired by heavy metal Wasteland story, Blood Drunk 2, Chapter 1. And it's got like this, like,
Oh, I remember that van. You drew that
this van is in another comic. It's
okay.
yes, it's also in another comic.
That's super cool, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
that one is 7 pages, and then I'm gonna continue that in the next volume. And the Western story is called Rotten Revolver. And like,
Great name.
thank
Great name, dude.
this is
Oh wow, that's awesome.
and like the thing is like I like broke out of the panels with the gunshots.
Oh, that's a cool effect though. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I did sort of a really ghetto brisket technique where I like took a piece of tracing paper and I drew around it and I just cut it out like where I wanted to cover up, and so I
Yeah.
could splatter the red shit. But
You
this
know,
th-
one
I love this.
another trick you can do, and I learned this from the artist Steve Mannion. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
I've heard the name.
He's a great cartoonist, dude. But he took a kneaded eraser and just put it over what he didn't want to spray with ink,
That's smart.
and then just peeled it
Wow.
off, and it like worked. Yeah,
Fuck. This is
yeah,
that Goya painting, like the original.
nice.
Yeah.
It's
And
super
like he's
cool.
biting this bat's head off, and like you can see the demon bat's like dick and balls like hanging there, like in the
That's awesome,
yeah. It looks sick, man.
dude. Aussie style. That's
Yeah,
great,
yeah.
dude. I love how how productive you've been, man. Like
Well, that's sort of like
that's
working on this
great, man.
size. That working on this size, you can do a page pretty quick, but again, you
Pretty
can't jam pack the stuff in. This is from
prolific, man.
the Japanese ghost story story that's in it.
That's great, dude.
Yeah, fuck man.
Super prolific. Yeah. You got a lot of pages, man.
This is oh fuck, dude, you'll like this one.
Pages of art.
This is a good one.
Yeah, I like that. Super cool.
This one is actually the artist behind Lone Wolf and Cub, and I forget the name of the writer, but they did another story called Samurai Executioner, I believe. And
Oh,
that
okay.
page is lifted from it, and I actually everything that I reference and stuff I print off and I put in the book like in the front. So I have
That's
like
a good idea.
all the referencey stuff, but like there's that page.
Okay.
Yeah, and like like dude, every possible thing like the bat that I used reference for.
Cool, man.
You know what I mean? And dude, it creates like a fun little thing to look at the end. Like I'm not going to show the panel, but I'll show you. This is referenced in one of my comics in this book. It's a Mobius piece from
Oh,
Arzak.
nice. Remember that. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, and there's just a bunch of other really cool shit in here. Like, you know, I've started doing this ever since I did that comic Vomit Coffin.
Are you still drawing with the 03 or 05? Or?
I am, and the other or not the other day, but recently I was experimenting with the brush
Oh, nice.
and
Okay.
really liking that. But pretty much, yeah, the same. I've been using the 03 and the 08 a lot because I've moved up in page size. So I find like the 03 is fine for certain shit, but like the 05 I really like as well. I kind of do this thing where like I draw everything in pencil and then I go over it in ink, and then I go over everything again to sort of customize the line weights and stuff. But that's why I'm trying to use the brush pen right now to sort of circumvent having to do that. You know what I mean?
Are you using the zebra brush pen? These are great, dude.
You know what? I've been using a really shitty Micron brush pen right now. But you know what's crazy?
Oh, dude,
They
these are
have
way better. These are way better because they hold their tip better.
they have that one that you talked about, the Pocket Pentel Pocket or
Yeah.
whatever. I seen that at the art store like last time I was there. I think it was like 20 bucks, and I was like buying some other shit. Like, I'm not fucking buying that right now, but I took note that it was there. So I think maybe tomorrow I might go and grab that fucking thing.
Well, you won't have as much. You'll have to kind of practice with that because you won't have as much control as you would with like one of these,
Right.
you know.
Hmm.
But fun to try. But yeah, I'm just letting you know. I mean, they take some getting used to. Yeah.
I got a couple of those Faber Castell brush pens, but they're all like
No.
colors. They're all colors. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
The tip on those, you're not going to get. Those are good for more filling in. You're going to get better line width and control with one of these if you're trying to like get the
Yeah.
thick to thin on a quick
Yeah.
in a quick way. For you, I would recommend these. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. What's that
Yeah.
one called again?
It's zebra. It's just a
Zebra.
zebra brush pen, and it's the light gray one.
Alright.
Yeah.
I
Try
got a
that
bunch of
out.
like random shit written all over this fucking all over the
Me t-
desk because I just write shit down.
Me too. That's how I do it.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. Because yeah, like having to fucking draw over everything and then all the stippling and stuff, maybe that could be part of the fucking issue I was having, like or like just I don't know. The guy that's teaching the comic book class, he's like saying, you should fucking have your desk like pulled up because I got a drawing table and like I have the option to lift up the, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's what I do because I think that when you're working this way versus just flat
Yeah.
over it, you're less likely to distort
Right.
things. You know
Right.
what I mean? And I think it just helps your overall cartooning.
Yeah. Oh fuck! The one thing I wanted to show on here, I took this to class today, so I had to like load it up in my fucking portfolio, which no one's ever really looked through this fucking thing, and people were looking through it earlier, and I was like, fuck, I was like, I don't know what they're thinking of this shit, but like this is all the original Blood Drunk art.
Yeah, that's from the issue I think you sent me.
Yeah, yeah. This is
Awesome.
this is this is fucking like I'm so obsessed with that comic. But in the back here, what I have is these are the originals of the two new characters. Like I sent you these, so but like these are
Oh
the
yeah,
original
yeah.
pages, man.
That's a
Yeah.
cool that's a cool strip, man.
So it's the stories are Laced Lunch, High and Hungry, Dirty Magazine, and Hot as Hell. So
That's
I'm
funny.
I'm really considering turning my that Visual Voodoo into a 64 page thing and putting these in there because I think these are just like funny little. I don't know. I get a lot of enjoyment out of making these, man. And like when Ed Piskor was making Switchblade Shorties, I was so fucking down for that. I was like, this is gonna be so dope. And he was I think up to what strip 80 or page 80 came out or something, and that's when shit hit the fan. But when that book was announced, I fucking backed that book, and I got the Switchblade Shorties hardcover. It's fucking awesome,
It
dude.
finally came out. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's
I
really
used to
good.
always enjoy when he would show those originals
Yeah,
on the channel. They look really, really nice, man.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome, dude. This is the very first drawing of little Ricky right here.
Nice.
He's wearing Crocs and like Ralph is like pissing on his birthday cake.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy is about that class I was just talking about. We were just shooting the shit, and uh, he was like, "I think that's how I found." Because I said, like, you could take your scenes and like take them anywhere and just drop them off, and just guerrilla style it. And he's like, that's how I found your stuff. I found yours at a bookstore, and he said as soon as he saw the title "Filthy Ralph," he said he had to fuck it. He said he knew what it was immediately, picked it up, and he said he read it, and he's like, "This is insane." And then we were both at this event tabling, and he came over to me. He's like, "Dude, I found your shit at fucking City Lights," and fucking he bought like everything that I had, like that was Filthy Ralph related. And I was like, "Dude, this is insane." And
That's
it's
great.
it's cool to like to locally, because that's I would love to like to be able to do a strip for like a magazine or something locally, or like a newspapery thing, but obviously I would tone it down, but I could still make it like my own. I could still make it filthy without it being dirty, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Or even better yet, man, still keep doing your thing, and then someone that comes along that has a little more uh, capability of printing and distribution, get your stuff out there, would be great too, man. You know,
You know what, dude, I would love that. And like the thing is, I would like to take, because I got like
I think
I
it'll
think
happen, man. Just keep doing your thing, and you're
yeah,
gonna it's gonna happen, dude.
I
It's gonna
think if I
happen, man.
take like a collection, like I've been wanting to collect all the Filthy Ralph comics, because there's like 14. And what you've seen, like the stuff that I sent you. I didn't send you everything because some of the stuff, the earlier stuff, I didn't think was good enough. But I
Well, I'd
wish I
like for
sent
us
to
to
you.
jam on some anthologies too, man.
Oh
Like
fuck yeah, man! Oh fuck
later, when I do get back to doing my own thing, I'd like to have uh, your strips and my stuff too.
yeah,
We
and
just
vice
put it out
versa.
together, you know. So
Yeah, yeah. But that's
yeah,
the thing, man. Like multiple different styles made by people that are obsessed. You know what I mean? That's
yeah.
what I want to see. And like the thing is, like okay, this is gonna be blasphemy to some too, but like I personally lately I've been seeing so much like of the digital coloring being over applied that it's making me not like be able to even look at anything new that's color, man, because the flare, if you know what I'm talking about, like it's almost like a lens flare effect. It's so over fucking used right now, man, and just like the intense.
Well, it turned me off. Like I always tell people, I remember when the paper and the coloring changed. Like when they moved to the super slick glossy stuff with the super slick computer coloring.
Mhm.
When you combine those two together, the comic is literally super hard to see.
It is.
And so I'm not against computer coloring, and I'm still against slick paper. I think that I don't want to have to turn the book a certain way so I can see the page.
Right.
But if it's computer coloring, to me it's okay as long as it doesn't like, okay, first of all, everything doesn't look like plastic. And then second of all, it doesn't obliterate the ink lines. Because
Right.
to me, you might as well just paint the motherfucker if you're not going to allow the line work to shine through.
Yeah.
Now that's
And
personal preference and opinion. I get it, but to me, traditionally comics are bold lines and solid colors.
right.
Um, Not to sound limiting or closed-minded. It's just, yeah, I'm very much a traditionalist when it comes to stuff like that.
I can show you what I mean with my own shit. So I'm not tearing apart anyone's shit. So like this is digital coloring. I digitally colored this on Adobe Illustrator.
Right.
Okay? And because
Yeah.
I like that is when I the type of the digital coloring I like is this, because it's as close to Simpson saturation as you can get. You know what I mean? Like every shape is the color it's supposed to be without any kind of like fault or anything like that. You know what I mean?
You're
It's what
mimicking
you want.
like old school color separations. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this I like, but I always prefer hand done because when if I compare this cover, which is this is an homage to Freak Brothers issue 1, by the way, by fucking
Right.
Billy Sheldon.
Dude, you know who
And
the king of hand coloring comics right now, in my opinion, is Jason Carnes.
from Fuckator.
Yes.
Dude, his shit's insane. But this is what I want to say. So digital,
Right.
traditional.
I
And
love
I
it.
think that the traditional looks way better, man, because if you
I
can,
agree. I agree. I like that better.
yeah.
Well, it's still bold, but there's a rawness to it, you
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
And I just like that better. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the other. Still
No, like,
works.
yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not against digital coloring because I just clearly fucking showed that I do it. But I'm talking
There's a
about the
way that
overview. Like
there
like you said, everything looks fucking plastic or whatever it is. Like it just takes you out of it because like looking at a page with so much color and it's all dark because everyone wants to make a dark fucking comic. It's hard to look at, man.
yeah, I agree. I agree.
And when you throw in those lens flare fucking things, man, it's like, dude, me and my uncle were talking one time when I was a kid, and he was saying how, like, when lens flares really started to become popular, he was like, back in the day, like, these directors, they would, like, painstakingly work with the DPs and camera operators and stuff to, like, not get any lens flare. And now it's just like, here, throw it in with digital effects, like, make it even more fucked. Like, come
Yeah,
on,
it
man.
became super popular for some reason. Yeah.
It's fucked.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I for to be such not to sound you know, fickle or unreasonable, but yeah, just even as a young kid, that turned me off when that was coming in. It just threw me off because comics are visual, and something creeps in that's distracting or turns you off about it. And I get it, technology changes and techniques change and you advance, but as we've said before, it's all on how you use the shit.
Yeah.
And a lot of that stuff, what became super trendy, that carries on even today, has been really annoying.
Yeah.
Um, it can ruin a book. Yeah,
Fortunate. That's why, like you said, you color cover, black and white interior. That's all I want to see.
that's what I'm shooting for.
Yeah, like that's because like I said earlier, like well, I didn't say this to you, but I said this at that class. I was saying like when I was first getting into comics, I would have looked at certain stuff that I am obsessed with now with like a like disregard. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that shit. Now I'm like, man, I love you know more because for a long time I was like, if it doesn't look like Bernie Wrightson or anything like that, I don't give a fuck about it. So I wasn't looking at Johnny Ryan. You know what I mean? I wasn't really looking
Right.
at a lot of sort of that type of stuff. And now I'm like, that's the stuff that I fucking have on my shelves. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way. I mean, even recently, I've opened up my mind to things that I just did not give a fuck about when they were coming out, and I
Yeah.
feel like, oh man, I'm kind of a dickhead for not, giving that a chance, and I feel silly, but you know, it's part of growing.
Wild.
Yeah,
Fuck. I even did a fake ad for this. Did I show you the fake ad?
I don't think so.
Hold on. I fucking have a hold on a second. See if I can find it. I think it's right. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So, like the old ads in the back of the comics, obviously. So I was like, in the anthology, I wanted to include one of those. So, and I'm like, I need to have a really unique name for it. So the advertisement to buy stuff out of the comic is called Filthy Ralph's Junk Drawer.
That's funny. That's
And
great.
like the options like to buy are like pickled eggs, samurai sword, skull pipe. These are all things that appear in the comic.
That's awesome, dude.
So like a demon paw keychain. like a
That's really
pack of
funny.
LSD coated rolling papers.
That reminds me, I was going to tell you at the beginning of the next issue for the Filthy Ralph appearance, I was going to put Filthy Ralph appears courtesy of Video Homicide.
Yeah, yeah. And you have to put like the little C with the circle, like fucking
Yeah,
make it
yeah,
like official. Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Oh fuck, that's funny. Oh man. Yeah, that's gonna be wild, man. Cause yeah, like what like when we get off here, I'll shoot you a photo of that drawing that everyone did today, man. Cause you're gonna bug out. It's
And
fucking
there's a little surprise for you too, by the way, in the issue that's coming out on the Kickstarter. So when
what's
you
the
get it,
surprise?
you'll see when you open it.
Is it I think I know what it is. Is it part of the credits?
It is.
I've seen you showed me it.
Oh, I showed it to you. Okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
showed me you were stoked back then. You're like, dude, you gotta see this. And I was like, oh fuck.
Yep.
That was that
That's.
was when you were on the edible.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
my
did
god.
we do a do? Oh, did we do a
We
sit
did a
down
thing.
session and I was on edibles?
No, I'm just saying maybe you were and you just forget. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Maybe I was. I don't know.
Uh, you could have been because I remember we were talking about it. Like we talked about it enough. You're
Okay.
like, yeah, I got some. And I was like, oh fuck. I was like, I'll eat some too or whatever. Fuck it. Uh,
Oh yeah. Now I remember. Yeah.
yeah. Because we went one time for like 4 hours, I think, or a good couple hours. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
good
That's right.
catching up with you, man. Like
Yeah,
fucking,
man.
I'm
I
telling you,
I
man.
totally appreciate bonding over this stuff and talking about it because I don't have, believe it or not, I don't have too many people in my life to talk to, and if they aren't usually available, if I do, because
Yeah,
they've got busy lives, and
yeah,
uh, dude, I sit here day after day at my drawing table, so it's nice to break it up with like
yeah.
some and also appreciate your support with
Of
Terrorat, man.
course. Of course, and fucking once I get on that 9 to 5, we'll be able to do this more at like what I consider a reasonable hour, like through the week even, because I won't be coming home at 11 o'clock at night. You know.
Totally down, man.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I fucking I think we've nailed it. I think we'll fucking call it a day,
yeah,
and
man.
we'll fucking we'll do this again. We'll why don't we do this once the Kickstarter is done?
Let's
When the
do that.
Kickstarter's done, we'll come back and we'll
Let's
fucking
have
assess
another
the
one.
situation.
Yeah, and then we'll have one when I get the book in my hand too, or when
Exactly.
you get it. You might get it before I get one.
Maybe. If
So
it's coming from fucking Montreal, it'll fucking make it. It'll get here before it gets to Texas.
yeah, for sure, for
All
sure.
right, dude. It was good talking to you, buddy.
You rule, man. Thanks, Ricky.
Have a good night, eh?
Take care, man.
Yeah.
Bye.
Peace.